加塔，你加帮我打完就好，够塔。我真的好奇，因为我的体感就是2、3回还是很短，但是到4回就真的。没事，你不要踩，这个你要踩。
最有操作一集。
明天如果没有没有意外的话，可以吃啊。
那我呢？
你来啊！好。现在进这个群的人他妈讲话，现在进这个群的人讲话都是这种比较怕。晨，你看你交的这些朋友，
你什么意思？
就是你平常都吃人家的，所以现在就变成大家要吃。完蛋了，载进那个麦爆炸。载进麦爆炸。他死了吗？他死了。3费打完了。
我操！
哇塞，30。
这屌一集。
Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video. And cheaters, have they invaded Hearthstone? We've had hackers before, but right now there's a fascinating phenomenon going on the Wild ladder, Wild High Legend ladder, particular on the Chinese servers, of APM Rogue being like the best deck ever, or the best deck in the meta, probably. But the only way to really take advantage of it is by accessing the client and skipping animations, or are they not? Because honestly, I'm struggling to tell. Anyways, we're going to talk about all that. We still have our giveaway going on for $100 worth of Hearthstone packs into my pocket. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down in the description below. The one with that thumbnail be over there. Be subscribed to the channel. If we manage to hit 90,000 subscribers by the end of the year, I will add 2 more $50 winners, so hit that sub button, make me go broke. As you can see going on here in the background, there's like a race to who can cheat out the largest Draka. And if you're not sure what Draka is, it's no longer in standard. It's this minion here. Basically, every card you've played in a turn, you equip a weapon with that much attack. And these guys are able to sometimes play over 30 cards in a turn, and by turn 3. Like, for example, here, this guy did this all in one turn on turn 3. Turn 3, dealing OTK damage. Basically, there's an interaction with the bounty board, which can make your legendaries cost 1 or less or whatever. And with Scabs and Tenwu and just ETC and Garona bounce around, you just play a ton of cards. And typically, animations balance this and keep it so that people can't do this, but people have gotten around that. There is ways, I don't know how, I never want to know. It's, again, a bannable offense, but there is a way to go into like the client code or something and make it so animations don't really play, and you could do these crazy turns. But I'm not entirely sure these examples. I think this Twitter thread down below, if you want to take a look at some of these examples, I'm not even sure if they're animation cheating or their APM is just insane. But it is kind of well known within the community that to play this deck like efficiently, to climb and actually execute it, you pretty much need animation cheating. And it's led to a really crazy phenomenon in Wild. So if we take a look at the meta itself, using HS Guru, basically at Legend, you'll see the best decks as per you would kind of expect in this meta. You have Shadow Priest, you have Libram Paladin, another Shadow Priest, you got like the XL1, regular Shadow Priest, Highlander Paladin, Pirate Rogue making a bit of a comeback, Holy Wrath Paladin, you know, the usual stuff. And you'll note there's this APM Rogue. And the crazy thing is, if you look at top 1K Legend, it's the best deck by a decent amount, relatively low sample size, but HS Guru uses like Firestone data, which is also used through the Chinese servers. It pulls in Chinese data, and it's really crazy over there. And it's showing that basically if you can cheat, or if you're a god somehow and have the APM to do it, it's the best deck in the format. And if, again, we take a look at the deck itself, in terms of individual lists, 236 games, 55% win rate. It really comes down to the like insane mana cheat loop you can do with Scabs. You know, Nova and I were right all along. The card uber broken. And then yeah, ETC, which gives you Potion of Illusion, gives you the Draka within itself, Garona bounce around, and with the bounty board, which makes your excavate, quick draw, tradable, and legendary cards cost 1 less. And I said when this card was revealed back in the day, I took flack for saying someday it'll break the game somewhere. It's got too many things that discount cards with not less than 1. It took some time, but it's breaking things at least in terms of wild, broken combo stuff, and Tenwu bouncing these things, making them 1, then they go to 0, and then you just do it over and over and over with that bounty board. And obviously the deck you're not going to normally kill on turns 3 and 4 that often, but it can happen, and it's like an infinite damage OTK, and you can get through taunts with like Deafened, not that there's a lot of taunts in Wild. And yeah, this is pretty unprecedented. There's been times where animation cheating has led to maybe the best deck in the format. We saw it with 2 decks in particular. Ignite, basically you would go with like Sorcerer's Apprentice and I think Molten Reflections, draw through your deck and just do infinite ignites. And you could do that as early as like turns 3 and 4. But again, people animation cheated to make that happen. And Snip Snap Warlock back in the day with like Summoning Portal, getting infinite 0 mana Snip Snaps. A lot of the times you were limited by how many trades and how many you could play by the animations, and animation cheating got into there. We've also seen it with like Miracle Druids like Mechathune or Gadgets and Auctioneer. It always seems to come up, but this is one of the first times ever I've seen it where it seems to like legitimately be the best deck arguably in the format. And the only way to really play it is to cheat or be a god, right? Either one, it's pretty tough. And it brings up the discussion, should a deck be balanced by animations, right? In theory, this deck is doing nothing wrong, right? Other than, you know, it's broken, right? Like, cards should cost mana. We should be able to make infinite gigantic weapons like this, right? Like, that is absolutely silly. But the cards do what they say. The cards do what they do. And I've always wondered, should Hearthstone have an option where you can just turn off the animations? Should balance ever be dictated by this? They do punish you if you animation skip, if you use the mechanics to get around and do this, but like, what do they do about this situation? Do they just ban everyone that they can catch, that they can, like, yeah, they have to prove without a shadow of a doubt that they are animation hacking? Or do you let a deck like this run amok that's broken? It can only be abused by cheaters and all of that. Like, to me, I would rather my game be a bit more, you know, not broken. Cards cost mana and things like this aren't possible. Even in Wild, where yes, Wild will be wild, I still don't think things like this should be possible on turn 3. That doesn't seem like a really healthy and good thing for any format ever. But at the end of the day, the players, if you look at this, the cards they're playing, nothing they're doing wrong. It's just, yeah, are they animation cheating? And I honestly can't tell. Like, they're waiting for things to go into their hand to click, but it does seem very smooth, very fast. And I know these guys are pretty crazy, especially over, we know, the Chinese world champion, all that. They were playing really fast turns. I don't know, man. It's a tough one. I don't know how Blizzard typically navigates it by banning these cheaters, but it's something to be aware of, that if you're seeing this on ladder, it's a possibility that, yeah, you're facing someone legitimately animation cheating. And I feel like it's only going to get worse in Wild as long as it remains a statistically top tier deck that it could pick up, and more people could do that. And then what, are they just going to ban everybody that does it? Or are they actually going to nerf a card or whatever? I don't know. It's a crazy one, but I thought I would just share that. Maybe give some, you know, a nudge to Blizzard. Hey, you know, I don't know, take animations out. That'd be weird, right? Take a lot of the fun out of the game, but may also help it run better. I have no idea this situation of what they could do, but it's just one of those fascinating ones where, yes, it turns out animations are the silent balancer of Hearthstone, at least in certain situations. Anyways, Let me know what you think about this all in the comments down below. I believe tomorrow we're finally gonna do our year-end review, and then on New Year's Day I'm planning on doing a wish list for Hearthstone, and then hopefully we get back to some more regular news, you know, like mini set balance patches, or just literally anything would be great. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.
Let's get salty!